Yo, what it do, Ghost Nation? It's your boy Ghost Rider. Welcome back to another episode of Ghost Movies. Now, on this episode, I want to talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League. I just finished watching it on HBO Max, and let me tell you, I love this movie. Wasn't a big fan of Josh Whedon coming in and taking and reshooting 70% of the movie. That movie was trash in 2017. I couldn't stand it. But this movie that Zack Snyder put out, I'm telling y'all, it was amazing. The best 4 hours I've ever watched a film. And I've watched Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, and I love those. I still put those above this movie, but this movie's right there with Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Zack Snyder put a stamp into it, man. And I told y'all in my previous video, especially when I did my last trailer, the final trailer for this, I said I'm a big Zack Snyder fan. I love 300. I love Sucker Punch. Love Dawn of the Dead. Love Watchmen. All of his movies I watched. Man of Steel I enjoyed. BVS. But this Justice League, oh my gosh, man. This, I could not, I made sure I took a piss. I made sure I didn't eat anything so I could sit through the 4 hours. And I sat through the 4 hours. Bruh. Now, I want to talk about specific things that I liked about this movie, that I loved about the movie. I have only one, two little nitpicks about it. But overall, this movie was fantastic. First, let's talk about how Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf looked great. Steppenwolf looked so badass. Now, the only nitpick I have, this is one nitpick that I have, is that every time he was talking, I couldn't really understand what he was saying. It felt like the visual audio or the audio was more powerful than the actual effects. When he was talking, I couldn't hear what he's saying. But I loved the way he looked. He looked badass. The armor looked good. The way his horns looked, loved it. Badass, doing whatever it takes to redeem himself in the honor and the graces of Darkseid. Hail Darkseid. Loved it. He was a great villain. Loved how he went after the mother boxes. I love the battle on freaking Themyscira against Hippolyta and the rest of the Amazonians. Diana's mother. It was badass, man. Oh. Next, I want to talk about the chemistry between Diana and Bruce Wayne. I love that too. That chemistry I loved it. How they come together to create this team. And how they're in the Batcave looking for Barry Allen, looking for Victor Stone, and trying to recruit these guys. I loved it. I loved how they were both reaching for the mouse to control the computer, to zoom in and zoom out and click here and click there. And they're both, flirting with each other a little bit. Because if you remember, in the The Justice League, not the Unlimited one, the first Justice League, Batman and Wonder Woman had like a little flirtation type of thing going on in that animated series. So I love it. I love their chemistry. I actually thought this was the best Wonder Woman I've ever seen. I've seen the first Wonder Woman. I haven't seen Wonder Woman 84, but watching this, I've seen BVS. But I love this Wonder Woman version that we got. That I love Zack Snyder's vision, how he made her badass. In the beginning of the movie, when she was going to get the bank robbers, because they're trying to blow up 3 city blocks. They were trying to blow up. I loved how she tried to save those kids who were going on, like students or whatever, save those girls who was actually being held hostage. And she used her gauntlets as protectors of those bullets, because the guy was shooting the bullets. She was badass. Then she took the bomb, flew up out of the bank, blew a hole through the roof, and she was actually flying. Now, her Wonder Woman 84, it didn't look like she was flying. It looked like she was gliding or whatever. This looked like she was flying. When the bomb blew up, then she kind of came down subtly. Bomb blew up, she kind of came down subtly back down into the bank and took out that dude, that terrorist. Yo, that was badass. Badass. The way she was moving so fast and she could see the bullets. And she saved every child in that bank. She saved all of them. Either it was a bank or a museum. I think they were on a trip or something. The school was on a trip. So she saved them. And I was like, yo, that was so badass. So badass. That's one of my favorite highlights was that scene. Now, I love that we got to see Martha Kent sell the farm. And I love the fact that we got introduced to Martian Manhunter. John Jones from Mars. That was badass, man. I knew as soon as I saw the red eyes in the trailer, I was like, yo, that has to be Martian Manhunter. Because, yo, he is such an underrated superhero, man. Yes, his weakness is fire, but I'm telling you, this guy can shapeshift. The guy has superhuman strength. This guy can freaking do it all. Do it all. Fly. He got flight. I'm telling you. But don't sleep on Martian Manhunter. He wasn't one of my favorite Justice League, but he's badass. Now, I love that we got to see a deeper connection between, I guess you could say, Arthur Curry Mira didn't do much, but I like the shoots that they did. I like Zack Snyder's vision for what he did for Mira. Amber Heard, I don't really like her. She one crazy ass bitch. But hey, she killed it, man. She killed it. Especially when we get into the epilogue, that nightmare vision that Bruce Wayne had. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. To see Deathstroke, to see Mira, to see the Joker, to see Batman, Cyborg all team up to take on Superman. This is the badass villain. This is the heel turned Superman, the villainous Superman. Yo, that nightmare scene was crazy. And I love to see one of my favorite things I love was to see Superman in the black suit. Love that. How he went back to his ship and he's looking at all his costumes and everything. And he finally comes out of the ship and he's wearing the black and gray. Yo, son, that was badass. Even how I love to see how freaking Lex Luthor escaped Arkham Asylum and he met up with Deathstroke. Now, if y'all don't know me, Deathstroke is one of my favorite DC villains. I have the comic book where it was him versus Batman, and I love that comic book near and dear. Love that. I still want a live action Batman versus Deathstroke. So HBO Max, if you don't, Warner Brothers, if you do not want to put this movie out in the theaters, you have HBO Max to do a Ben Affleck Batman versus Deathstroke. It's already canon in this Justice League that we just watched for 4 hours. Do a series, a mini series, I don't care. 6 episodes, 8 episodes, I don't care. Make it an hour, 57 minutes, 60 minutes. Each episode should be 60 minutes. And do Batman versus Deathstroke. I would love to see that in live action. Because I love Batman. He's my favorite DC hero of all time. I'm not really a big DC fan. I'm a Marvel fan. I've always been a Marvel fan. But I'm a big Batman guy. And over on Marvel, Deadpool is my favorite anti-hero of all time. Not a superhero, not a hero, anti-hero. But it was so great to see Deadpool live action. But Deadpool was created based off of Deathstroke. Deathstroke was created first. Then Deadpool came along. So I want to see a live action Deathstroke, man. Slade Wilson with his family being murdered or whatever, and he becomes Slade Wilson. They already did that animation film. Warner Brothers Animation already did a movie about that. So now do live action. Bring back the dude, what's his name? I forgot his name. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue right now. I can't remember the guy's name that played Deathstroke, but bring him in to fight against Ben Affleck's Batman, and I am on board. I am on board, man, because I'm telling you right now, Deathstroke is one of the... I've seen him live action with this movie, but now I want to see him in action. I want to see him fighting, not just talking and monologuing. I want to see him fighting because I feel like he's the only one that can go hand to hand with Batman. He's the only one that could go in a hand to hand combat, fist and boots and feet, kicking, jujitsu, whatever, wushu, whatever, kung fu, whatever you could think of. I feel like he's the only one that can go hand to hand with Batman besides Deadpool. Anyway, that was a nice little, nugget to see that at the end. But I love this movie overall, man. The story was compelling. I mean, yes, it's a popcorn flick. Yes, it's still the same movie from 2017, but it was fantastic how every character got fleshed out, from the Flash character getting fleshed out, where we finally meet Iris West. And then Cyborg, Victor Stone, his character was fleshed out so much. It looked like Joss Whedon cropped out all of that stuff that Zack Snyder was going to do. We got so much of Victor Stone and his relationship with his father. And the way his father died at the end, I was like, bruh, I lost my father 2 years ago. So now I have a deep connection with this movie. The way his father died, son, that hit me, son. His father sacrificed himself to save his son because Steppenwolf was coming out to kill his son. And his father enclosed himself into that glass chamber, that glass compartment. And he shot that laser beam at the freaking mother box. Killed himself. You just see his skin just peel off and the blood coming from his nose. And my man just freaking disintegrated right in front of his son. Yo. Any movie that has a father-son bond, I am on board because my father was my best friend, man. And I'm still hurting to this day. It's been 2 years since he's been gone. So this movie, now it has sentimental value. And I'm a big Zack Snyder fan, so you already know I have to be supporting this, yo. I have to support his movies. I'm glad the fans listened and they wanted the Snyder Cut. I'm glad we have a platform where we could watch this for 4 hours. So good. I give this movie a 9 out of 10 because there's also another nitpick that I have. Every time Wonder Woman takes out her sword and she's about to go and fight, All you hear is this Xena Warrior Princess theme music in the background. Every freaking battle scene that she had, it was annoying as fuck. Every time she unsheathes her sword and the shield comes out, she's about to fly or she's about to do a high jump and she's about to attack with her sword. All you hear is this Xena Warrior Princess sound. Come on. Zack Snyder, I get it. I get it. She's the Amazonian. She's the strongest one. She's the daughter of Zeus. I get it. But come on. Every scene, every fight scene that she does, whether it's whipping out her lasso of truth or using her sword, I don't care. Stop doing that damn song. It was annoying. That was that nitpick and Steppenwolf talking. I couldn't understand the fuck he was saying. But other than that, I enjoyed this film. The story was compelling. I love all the characters. I hated the Flash in the 2017 Justice League, but I enjoyed him in this one. He was funny. Between him and Aquaman, I loved it. When they were fighting Superman at that memorial, at the burial, when Superman actually threw the Flash into Aquaman, I was funny as hell. Aquaman just points at the Flash like, you. And he's like, I am so sorry. That I was laughing hysterically at that. So, Ghost Nation, go see this movie, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Leave your comments. I'm telling you, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It was fantastic. Go watch this joint. I'm about to get up out here. Y'all already know what to do. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that post notification bell for your boy. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. Ghost Rider out.